Good evening, good evening, good evening, family. Welcome to another edition of Thorough Black Talk with your sister Keisha, your brother Tad, and your brother Ashe SJ. Will be joining us shortly. Thank you. Glad to be back. Glad to be back, family. We missed y'all. Brother Tad is on assignment tonight, getting that info, getting that intel, and we got brother Ashe joining us later on. We also have a guest for you tonight, Sister Alexis Stewart. We're going to delve into the audiobook realm. Maybe it's a hustle that y'all might want to get into. So we're going to get the inside scoop of how that game works. Because here on Thorough Black Talk, we like to give you the real, give you solutions, and give you a different perspective. A lot has been happening. We were off last week. I hope you all had a good time with your peoples. If you couldn't be with your peoples, spend some quality time with yourself because that is key. That is what you must do to make sure you keep your mental in check. So we want to hear all about that. How was your time off? Did you spend time with your family? Did you get to know some things about yourself that maybe you didn't know? And we gonna talk about it all. I had a good time with the family. Shout out to everybody in the family who loves and cares for your sister Keisha. I love and care for them. Also, um, we had some interesting, fun times. I always tell you guys, you got to meet people where they are, and when you do that, they will come around. So let me just tell you, on the night of the festivities, we winding down and I'm in the kitchen, I'm cleaning up and doing all of the things that I do. And I hear in the dining room and in the living room, my family is engaged, deeply engaged in a discussion about Dr. Amos Wilson's Blueprint for Black Power. Somebody, I think maybe my brother, may have taken it out of my bookcase and they started discussing the book for about an hour. So while the music was playing in the background and the spirits was flowing, they were engaged in this conversation. So that was a wonderful thing. And I also found out something I didn't know. My Uncle Robert, shout out to Uncle Robert, was a student of Dr. Leonard Jeffries at City College in the 70s. So we had a conversation about that as well. So it was off the chain. Um, the young ones in the family got to meet up with cousins that they hadn't seen before. So it was priceless to see that the babies running around and tearing up the place. But they had a good time. So much so that my grandson didn't want nobody to go home. I mean, he was in tears. He was like, but I love my family. I don't want to see anybody go. It was a great thing. Great thing. So you got to do that. Get in where you fit in. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do. Make it happen. Make it happen. Sister Farnessa, how you been? Hope everything is well with you and your family and everything is good on your side of town and your side of the country. And y'all taking care of things over there. That's what's up. Yes, we are back. We are back in full effect. We got a lot to discuss. A lot has been happening in the news. I see. You got this new variant that's running around, and you got Chris Cuomo who's suspended from CNN. We told y'all these things was coming. You had the the aftermath of the Kyle Rittenhouse decision. You had the conviction of the McMichaels and Mr. Brown and the murder of Ahmaud Arbery. So we got a lot to get into. We're going to check some of y'all out. How are you, sis? I'm doing well, doing well, doing well. I was a little lethargic today. Just had a lot of things going on. And when your brain is being pulled in so many different directions, it can be a bit tiresome. I want to give a shout out to the Brooklyn William Mackey Jr. study group. We had a great session last night, a part two of early African Americans here in the city of New York and the path to reparations. There is a lot of talk going on, but people are trying to sidestep reparations. But we're going to keep that in the fore. We'll get into all of that a little bit later. Yes, thank you for the fedora. You can check it out. Thank you at FMP Accessories. Go to Instagram, FMP Accessories. You get great deals on fedoras. And matter of fact, y'all missed the Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale that she had going on. I got me some more for like $15. So your girl racked up. Thank you. I'm glad, sis. Yes, you spent time resting, didn't go anywhere, but got that rest for your body. And that's very, very important. Sometimes we keep ourselves going and the body can tell you it's time to rest, but we want to push past that. So I'm glad you took that time. Or Brother Peace, how you feeling, brother? Good to text with you earlier today. You're my big brother from another mother. Hope everything is going well with you and yours. Yes, it was. Yes, he was so sad. He didn't want the family to go home. He want the party to keep going. Nah, I said, nah, son, you got to go home. Everybody else going home. Everybody getting up out of here. I'm going to bed. Oh, yeah. But it is a good thing, when the children can adapt and understand the purpose of family, the meaning of family. Because today, with all of this social media, all of these alter realities that people are living in, and now you got the metaverse that's kicking off, it's very important that we teach our children the importance of family and what reality is. You understand? So that was great. Oh, that Minnesota cop killer trial is about to kick off. They're picking the jury now. Yeah. And also, we had another shooting recently. This Elliot Crumbley in Detroit. Another mass shooting. So I heard about that while we were off. So we got to get into all of that. Let me see. She said that was a great presentation. Oh, I'm glad you were able to check it out. Great, because and even in that presentation, I try to instill the meaning of family, because sometimes, sis, when people hear reparations, they think of something far distant and not connected to them directly. And if you can attach yourself to it and your family to it, and personalize this fight, it becomes very clear. And so, me knowing my family's history on both sides, my mother and my father's side, this is very personal for me, So, and I'm clear in my direction. And it also helps you to articulate your argument when dealing with people who are dead set against these things, because I don't hear the commentary coming from folks, about these illegal immigrants that's about to get, or there was talks in the works for them to get $450,000 payments for families who were separated at the border. Now, when we first heard about it, this was put out by the Wall Street Journal. But now, President Joe Biden is trying to backtrack, if you will. But see, I follow the paperwork. I don't got time for the rhetoric. So, everybody getting theirs. And here in New York, they trying to instill voter rights for non-citizens. So we got to get into all of that. We got to get into all of that. Yeah, we always have, he's always around family, always. But my family is so large. He got to see cousins, especially little cousin Cassie, that he had never met before. She just turned 1 years old. So he didn't get to meet her yet. So and when they were running around playing throughout the house and outside or whatever, I told him, you got to watch out for her and make sure she don't fall and hurt herself. And he said, I got her, Nana. I got her. I'm going to protect her. And he sure enough did. He made sure she was right behind him or what have you. So, it's very important that we do that, because in this day and time, so many people are so disconnected from their families. And this is key to grounding you and keeping you in your proper perspective. I do what I do for the sake of my family. I don't want any bad connotations, if you will, coming to them by way of me or my behaviors. So I have always been connected with all of the family. Um, you have those family members who do get on your nerves, but I always show them the most respect and the most love, because I want it back and I get it back. So, it is what it is, and it's important that we teach you know, our children what's important. Because as I mentioned last night in the lecture, um, this new metaverse that's coming, it's going to divide our people even further apart if we are not grounded. And as it relates to the question of reparations, people are joking about it. I showed a clip last night of some, millennials and, Gen Zers who joked about it, as if it's a game, but we can't have that. We got to keep things in its proper perspective. I remember not too long ago, and when my brother Alshay SJ gets in here, he'll tell you his feelings about it. You had this commentary that some people were saying we are not our ancestors, and that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And this is why you have to keep things in perspective. So I always try to gather and meet with the family as much as I can. I don't deal with these Euro holidays, but we make it work for us. It's a Black Family Unity Day. That's what we call it. So this past break or holiday, it was with the mother side of the family. So the next break, I will be with my father's side of the family, because again, it is totally impossible for all of us to be together at the same time, because I come from a very large family on both sides. So, and then I have been having some dreams about family members who had transitioned. And I spoke to an aunt of mine, my aunt Marie, who's always viewing this program, but I called her and let her know what those dreams were, trying to get some perspective on them. And it's a blessing to be able to do that. And I know a lot of people don't have that. Brother Magnetic Peace, he said he's doing fine. All right. In Florida, he said he was with the family in Florida. That's what I'm talking about, Brother Peace. You got to spend that time, even with the ones who get on your nerves. You got to be in there. And it's very, very, very important. She said, where did you get the stories that you read about the enslaved ancestors? I enjoy that. Um, you have to tell me which part, because I also mixed it in with my family. So you have to remind me of which part you're talking about. If you're talking about the first African Americans that came into to New York City, I can definitely tell you that I got that from the New York Archives and the New York Public Library. Yes, we talking about the William Mackey Study Group. Brother Ray hosted, and we had a lot of interaction. Again, I always try to personalize it, because I don't want our people to see this fight as something that they cannot adapt themselves to and get involved in. Everybody plays a part, and I was glad and thankful to be hosted by um, BK William Mackey Jr. Study Group. Shout out to Sister Angela in the check-in. Financial Unity, get your money up. We also talked about that a little bit after the program was over about getting finances up. So maybe the next time, you know, I might have to do something about that when we get there. Thank you, brother. Thank you, thank you. I always try to give my best to the people. And like I said, this is not an easy feat. Sometimes, you can get things through the public record. And other times you have to pay for these things. And, when people ask, well, what are we doing? Brother Ray Ray and the Brooklyn William Mackey Jr. Study Group is teaching the community. These are not easy things to do. We could, like he said, we could be doing other things, but we do what we do because we must. And also in learning your family history, um, you can understand your purpose and your perspective in life. I come from a long line of royalty and warriors. So I'm right in line with what I'm supposed to be doing. So once Brother Ray Ray posts that on YouTube, then I will post it on the TBT social media platform so you all can um, check that out at your leisure. Yes. Oh, I got it from the New York Archives and the New York Public Library. And I would employ each and every one of you. You can do the same. Just go to your state or city's archives and just start typing away. Figure out, what it is you want to know. I always knew about the Dutch here, but I wanted to know the names and faces of those ancestors. And I didn't know until I started doing the research that, when they came here under the Dutch, they were allowed to keep a surname, excuse me, from the country in which they came. So a lot of the first Africans who came in the 1600s under Dutch rule had the surname of Angola because the Dutch got most of their indentured servants and enslaved from Angola. And I also didn't know until I started researching this that, they formed their own town, their own community. It's now populated by Urugu, but it was once called Washington Square in New York City was once called Land of the Blacks. And if you listen or learn about um, Sudan or ancient Kemet, they too refer to themselves as Land of the Blacks. So, it was very, very intriguing, studying our history locally is very, very important. And, if you want, like I said, Sister Keisha can come to your town, where you live. And you can host me wherever you live, and I will do the research on your town and bring that information to you. Sister Marie, I remember she asked me to look at some things when I found out, that the first African brought to the city of Baltimore was brought in by the Jesuits, and he was used by the Jesuits to persuade Africans to resist the need to rebel. So we can definitely get more into that story. But takes a lot of time and research, and I would love to do it. I would love to do it. So wherever you live, if you want Sister Keisha come through and give you that intel, I can definitely make that happen. Brother Ray Ray said he's working on the video now. So once he has it together, again, I will post it for everyone. Brother Peace, we are an extension of our ancestors. The bloodline, the DNA is rich today because of our ancestors of yesterday. To say we are not our ancestors is like your children denying any connection to you. Exactly, Brother Peace. And, when I hear young people saying these things, it's disturbing. So that's why I try to personalize um, our historical research so that they can understand truly what that is. What, instead of regurgitating things that may sound cliche or may sound good to them, this apprehensive nature to separate yourselves from who you are is insanity by definition. So I'm no, psychologist or psychologist, but I do read and I can comprehend. So yes, Sister Vanessa said, yes, I thought that was so interesting for both sides to refer to themselves as land of the blacks. Yes. So, when people say that there is no connection between Africa and us, here in the hells of North America or in Europe. I've even started doing some research there about the UK when the influx of the Jamaican people into the UK in the late 1950s, early 1960s. The UK government um, deemed them, because of their patois and their accents. They deemed them mentally retarded, and so they put them in these specialized schools um, to keep them docile, to keep them dumbed down. So that is a very interesting history. So again, like I said, if you guys want me to come through your town, as we come into the spring or summer months, I can definitely do that and get that research in for you. I see my brother Ashe SJ is on the check-in. How you feel, brother? It's been a while. It's been a minute. What's good with you?
Yeah. Back at it once again. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Thorough Black Talk. Keisha, I was in the gym trying to get slim and trim. Had to get it in. So I can't miss that. But I came, I saw, I conquered. Your boy is back. My shoulder is messed up still. I got a shoulder impingement, but I'm still going in, still getting hard, man. And just being healthy. A lot of people, we gotta work out that turkey, all that turkey. I had a whole bunch of plant-based turkey for
Facts.
Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? I don't do the tofurkey. I had some fried mushrooms though. I had a whole bunch of that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? I went to a couple Friendsgivings, Plantsgivings, whatever you want to call it. I went to Plantsgivings, all of them joints. But it was off the chain, man. I'm grateful. I hope everybody got to get some family time, even the ones, obviously we don't celebrate these holidays, but these Eurocentric holidays. But we just put a new name on it. It's Black Family Day. It's the Karamo. It's the feast. You know what I'm saying? It's a day for us to get together, not be at work, and give thanks for family. And those people that don't have family or don't have immediate direct blood, because we know a family is not just your bloodline in most cases. I mean, a lot of people, our family be crazy. You can't even deal with your family, so but for those that do have direct family, it's definitely important to connect with them, even if y'all don't really get along or see eye to eye, or even if they're not conscious or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Because I see a lot of people will not go to their family house just because they celebrating Thanksgiving and all of that. I'm like, come on, man. Like, this is family. We got to infiltrate. We got to stick and move, get up in there. You know what I'm saying? Convert some of these people just like they do with the goddamn converting us into all these religions. We going to have to convert these people into Black power. You know what I'm saying? So, and the way you do it is by showing up and showing out. You can't just do it by quoting preaching a quote every now and then. You know what I'm saying? That's no different from the goddamn church. So I do it by enjoying myself and having a good time, cracking jokes. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, when you just like that, and they see you how you chose an alternate lifestyle, and you happy, and you look like you doing good, and you got your sanity, your African mind through this lifestyle. Of course, a lot of people are going to be interested and ask you questions here and there. Might start with the clothes you wear. Where'd you get that? Where you got this shirt? That dashiki, whatever the case is. Then next thing you know, it's switching up to the food you eat. Well, we don't go to Poppy in the corner store no more because we heard that they boys had pork in it. So where can I get some clean, whatever the case is? Like they might start asking you how to clean their diet up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Then that's a little entry point for you to be like, well, Dr. Sabia, blah, 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 Layla Africa, blah, Queen of Four, some drop some of them names. Then when they start to hear them names, them conscious names, they start YouTubing and researching, and then other conscious names start popping up. Next thing you know, they like us. You know what I'm saying? So we got to infiltrate. This is how we got to be, family. We can't be on no head above the clouds. You know what I'm saying? Not being practical. This is how we operate, fam. This is how we move, yo. So I had a great time, Keisha, with my family. We was playing games. We had the not card game, but we had the other cards. It's like question games. Like you get the card and you got to ask a question. They got to answer a question, something like that. Like it was mad fun, yo. I got to see some people I didn't see in a minute. So I hope all the listening audience out there, really, check the message behind everything that we do. It's not just, the surface value, but it's creating those relationships that could go a long way. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm on, Keisha. Right now I'm on my smoothies. I got my smoothies up. I'm right. Actually, I ain't eat no meal all day. I just been drinking smoothies all day. Tomorrow I'm doing a 24-hour fast. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all want to engage with it, listening audience, y'all can hop on it too, man. I mean, a lot of us, we full from Thanksgiving or we full from whatever. Like it's very, very good to do a fast. Like just cleanse your body. You know what I'm saying? You don't even got to go out and buy no products. Just literally drink nothing but water for 24 hours. No food, no solids, none of that. Just water 24 hours. That's what I'm doing. My skin be on point. The yelling and be on fleek. When I do the 24-hour fast, the yelling and be on fleek. I'm telling you. So that be clearing my skin up. I feel way better and all of that. So, health is wealth, family. We can't be saying we warriors. And, we can't even run down. We can't even pick up a goddamn quarter if it fall off the floor. You can't bend over. You know what I'm saying? It might be a goddamn, you might drop your John Henry Clark book on the floor, God forbid. God forbid you drop that Dr. Clark book on the floor. Oh, it's a wrap. You ain't even conscious no more. They just gonna be like, oh, forget it. Forget it. I can't even pick it up. Nope, forget it. I ain't conscious no more. I'm going back to the hood because we're not focusing on our health, family. You know what I'm saying? It's very important. So I'm trying to live. Big Pun said that. I'm trying to live, family. So that's what I'm on, Keisha, though. But I know we got a good show tonight.
I'm with you on that, brother Ashe, because all I've had today was my lemon water, and yesterday. Got to clear the system out, even though Brother Ray had some nice lentil soup. I was smelling good last night, but I just had the water because got to clean the system. And, I'm a drinker. Everybody knows that. And I have my cigars. So I'll put them down for a minute, and now that I had some work done in the house. So I couldn't have access to my basement the way that I wanted to because I had set up the whole gym in the basement, but I couldn't do anything because we had some issues. And so last week, Wednesday, they came out to repair those. And then again yesterday to finish it up. So now I could get back downstairs and get my gym going again.
That's what's up.
So we definitely got to do that. Now, as you said, y'all was playing games and how you can interact just from a question. I don't know if you heard before you came in, when the family was over here, I'm in the kitchen cleaning up and I hear them in the dining room and in the living room. They done took Blueprint for Black Power out of the bookcase and they had a full-fledged discussion about Dr. Amos Wilson, all of his written works. And,
wow.
And then I didn't even know, my cousin Tashima, who her father was a student of Dr. J in the 70s at City College. So we got into a conversation about that and,
wow.
And it just went on and on and on. So like you said, we get in where we fit in and make it happen. You'd be surprised of who you touch, And you ain't got to go hard. I don't go hard with it. I don't. When people came, we had the liquor out, we got the food all over the place, and the kids is running around having a good time. And, it's none of that. It's none of that. But it came full circle. It came full circle. So, like my brother Ashe SJ said, get in where you fit in. You be surprised. You be surprised. Um, Brother Ray said, you better go lightweight, Ashe.
You know what the weights? I don't even know what a lightweight is. I always go heavy. I'm hard headed.
Oh,
That's my damn shoulder up now. Mama, go heavy.
that's what's up. Yes, Sister Farnessa, anytime I study, and I learned this from my Baba Harold, who transitioned last month. He always taught me, him and Brother Trust Graham, that whenever you study, whatever you study, as far as our people are concerned, their nomadic life, their enslaved time in this world, whatever it is, you better have a map with you because demographics change and you really don't understand. And I didn't know, Washington Square Park was once the land of the blacks when Africans here in New York got their freedom from the Dutch. Um, they moved to that area. It was given to them by the Dutch, not just because the Dutch wanted to be nice, but it was a barrier from against the natives who were here and the British. So they use African people as a barrier. And so they developed that area to homes and farms and took care of themselves because, I know you all know Harlem as it is now, but during that time, it was all swampland, right? So there was no escaping. You trying to go to Harlem, you in the swamps, until they later developed that area. So, I was very intrigued in learning about that. The study group is held on Quincy Street in Brooklyn. And I opened up the lecture last night with Josiah Quincy. He was one of the largest slave traders in that area. He also was a Dutchman. So, we opened up with that. Here we are studying our history, reconnecting ourselves to our ancestors who were once brought to this area by Mr. Quincy for the purpose of enslavement and doing whatever else he wanted to do with them. Because not only did these families have our people enslaved, but they will lease us out to each other. So even though Mr. Putnam Avenue here in Brooklyn wasn't a slave holder or trader, he leased out black people from Joshua or Josiah Quincy. You look at Bedford Stuyvesant today. It is completely gentrified, but Ashe can tell you, and Brother Tack can tell you, and Brother Ray can definitely let you know that back in the days, Bedford Stuyvesant was predominantly black. It was one of the largest black towns in the city of New York at one point.
It still is predominantly black.
And but you have to ask yourself, how did all these black people get here? They all didn't migrate from the South. And that's because Peter Stuyvesant was the largest slave trader in this area, the largest. He had the most slaves. He had 62 acres of land. So, it's all not coincidental, our plight and our movement in this country. So, and it's also an argument for the case of reparations because we still live under the badges of slavery, which goes against the 13th Amendment. Now, I'm going to get off of that because we got a lot to discuss here in New York. I think, in my humble opinion, New York has the toughest gun laws in the country. But right now, there are Supreme Court cases that are being held and arguments I've been listening to for the past month or so that it looks like things may be changing here in New York. We may become an open carry state. And that is the goal. So we will see how that all pans out. I hope so, because the costs of having a firearm here in the city as opposed to upstate New York or on Long Island is just ridiculous. The process, you have a 17, 18-page application for a firearm permit here, not a license, a permit here in the city, but upstate is only one page. Here in the city, you pay $800 for that firearm permit, but upstate is $23. I mean, this is crazy. So we got a lot going on, and if it happens here, you could best believe it's gonna pop off other places. Yeah, Ray Ray, no soup. Ray Ray is the soup Nazi. That's what we gonna call him because he was going ham last night. What do you say? He said, "I'm an old timer in the bodybuilding game. Your shoulder will give out on you." That's what he's saying, Ashe.
Yeah. I saw.
All
Yeah,
right.
shout out to Ray. I saw him in the gym too. Shout out to him, yo.
Yes. Good. So let's get into it now. Here in New York, right? Well, around the country, the black turnout as far as voting has been dwindling since 2013. Voter turnout here in the state was extremely low. And I've been saying this for quite some time. We have the ability to break the party. And they know it. So they trying to pull out all the stops. Now, it is proposed that New York moves to allow 800,000 non-citizens to vote in local elections. But you haven't heard any pushback from any of these recently elected black people here in this city. Eric Adams is on board with it. Um, Tish James is on board with it, as she tries to run for governor and many others. We have to be careful, family, how we vote. I know I had a conversation with my Aunt Marie about Jamani Williams. It doesn't matter the person's intentions when you are aligned with a party. If you go against the party line, they will do away with you. James Davis is deceased. Um, you look at people like Cynthia McKinney. The Democratic Party got rid of her, harassed her, threatened her, so much so she had to leave the country. You can't, they killed um, former President Kennedy. You can't go against the party line. No matter what the intentions are. Look at what they did to Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Totally destroyed his character. Used Charlie Rangel and others to upseat him for that seat in Harlem. Look at many others. Sharp James in Newark, New Jersey, put him in prison behind bars. Marion Barry. You cannot go against the party line no matter what your intentions are. This is a gangster operation. They operate as a gang. So we have to take control of the local politics independently. And that is the way to go. And we have to choose who these candidates are. We cannot allow people who just got here to get reparations and to have voting rights. We have to appeal for voting rights every 25 years. That's insane. That's insane. So, I don't know what the black populace of New York City is going to do, but I have long been done with the Democratic Party since 1999. I've been registered as an independent and voted independently since then. I ran under the Freedom Party, which was a black-led, black-financed political party. We ran independently. And in 2013, New York City, black people in New York City really missed the ball with that. Could you imagine if we had taken control of the politics in New York City, what it would look like today, it would be the black mecca of the world if we were able to do that. Could you imagine if Mike Graves was governor and we had Freedom Party candidates controlling the city council, which controls the budget of the city? We would have long got reparations, because now you have local mayors and governors talking about reparations. But what does that look like? Some people, I showed a clip last night during the lecture, you got some people who said they want free chicken for the rest of their life. You got some people who were saying, well, as long as they can have free rent. What the hell is rent for the rest of their lives? Some people talking about programs. You got the December 12th movement. You got in Cobra talking about programs. When the hell has a program benefit black people? When? When? When has a program put us on top of anything? We still don't control anything in this country or the world for that matter. We're going to get into Barbados later. But we have no control over anything. Programs have never worked. I was on a panel with, and if you ever speak to Sister Veronica or Sister Pam Africa, shout out to Pam Africa, who just had her 75th Earth Day last week. But if you ever run into them, you ask them how I handled them at that panel discussion. You're not going to speak for me and my ancestors. And that's why it's very important that you know your family history. Programs will never work. And you got two groups who consistently talk about that, and they make me sick to my stomach. Keep that for you and your family. If you want a program, good. But we want checks over here. That's it. I'll buy what I need. Maybe we want to escape up out of here. Don't speak for me and mine. Do what you want for yours, but not for the group. So we got into all of that too, brother Ashe. But what are your thoughts on just young people? And I hope you, or if you didn't hear before you came in, I mentioned something that you said many moons ago that is seriously disturbing, that you got a lot of people talking about we are not our ancestors. That is disrespectful, in the worst way. What are your thoughts, brother Ashe, for the new people who've never listened to our program? And by the way, we got a lot of kudos for you last night. A lot of people really love what we're doing. But your thoughts on that, brother Ashe?
Yeah, overall, speaking for myself and people like me, a lot of us are discouraged. I never had faith in politics, the only politics I know is hood politics. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good thing. That ain't just a bad thing, or just talking about street code or whatever you want to call it, but your community, your neighborhood politics. You know what I'm saying? Who's the mayor? We used to have mayors of the block, now officially mayor, but that's who you going to. That's something is going down. Somebody got to make a huge decision. You going to the mayor. You know what I'm saying? You going to that person in the neighborhood that run things, and that's essentially the same kind of setup when it comes to this. You talking about politics with the government and things of that nature. They appoint people. It's just that these are people for them that they appoint, not for us. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know in politics, regardless of what you are, Democrat, Republican, whatever, all of them is dirty anyway. It really don't matter. It's the same system. Right now they just came to an agreement, Sister Keisha. It's a hot topic in the news right now, where we were about to have a goddamn government shutdown. And that's because the goddamn Democrats and the Republicans couldn't come together and they couldn't make a decision on the funding that was supposed to be happening. You know what I'm saying? So they said, since we can't make a decision, we're going to shut the whole government. It was supposed to happen this Friday. This Friday at midnight, the government was supposed to shut down again. I think they said the last time the government shutdown happened, that was like 2018 or something like that. I think Trump. So, it was about to shut down. So you got people, we got a president, we got all these senators, mayors, politicians, governors, and they can't even agree on a single goddamn thing that works for all of us, for the government. shut the government down because we can't agree. How immature is that? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, yo. And like another hot topic in the news right now too is like with this trial with Epstein and all of that. What's her name? Grisdale Devil? I don't know the devil name.
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Ghislaine,
He said Ghislaine. He said Ghislaine Devil. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, one of the ex-pilots of the Epstein plane has said that they saw former presidents, not presidents, Bill Clinton and Donald Trump, and also I think they said Prince Andrew. 3 of them. He called all the ex-pilot of the Epstein plane, called all 3 of them out, said all 3 of them was on Jeffrey Epstein's plane. So where they going? Of course, they're going to the island. You know what I'm saying? So we know all of these goddamn politicians is devils. It really don't matter if they red or blue, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? They really don't give a damn about us. And it's getting to the point where they don't even care about their damn selves now. It's like, unless you are part of a gang, because that's what it is. It's an organized gang. Unless you're a part of that set and that gang, they even killing each other now. You know what I'm saying? The left and the right is warring with each other. Like, they hate each other. You know what I'm saying? But they still know how to stick together more than we do when it comes to certain things. But, you know, just saying like politics these are things that always make us lose interest. You know, I never been into politics, and I see my sister Aminatu has said first time she voted was for Obama. That was me too. I'm in the same boat. First time I voted was the first time for Obama. I didn't even vote the second time for Obama because I saw he wasn't doing nothing. And then the second time he got elected, I'm like, all right, whatever. Nothing happened. More black people died under his watch. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter if you red, blue, or black. It don't matter if you black. You could be a black Republican or a black Democrat. It really don't matter. If you in politics, I'm really not trusting you. You know what I'm saying? And on a note of black people or politicians or whatever you want to call it, people that are into politics, another hot topic in the news, Keisha, right now is Candace Owens. She made another controversial comment. And of course, it was while she was on Fox News. I'm sure they cut her checks. I'm sure she's getting paid. Matter of fact, yeah, she worked for them. She get paid to comment on their news platform. But she was in the news recently where she made a comment saying that black people, the whole race of African Americans are the most murderous group of people in America. She said we're the most murderous people. First of all, she ain't spit no facts, no statistics, none of that. She just saying that because they were talking about, I think it was the trial of that the black man that had drove his, what was it, Michigan or something? He drove his car into a holiday parade and it killed 6 people, but it was white people. But now they trying to, because you know Fox News is racist as hell, so they trying to put their spin on it and make it seem like, oh, he did it because he wanted to kill devils. When really he was just crazy and he was a convict and he shouldn't have been on the street anyway. You know what I'm saying? But they trying to spin it and say it like, oh, it's some kind of race war. So now that they cutting Candace checks, she comes out. They like, come here. I ain't even gonna say the word, the horrible name, but bedwench, whatever. Come here, bedwench. Called her out. Now she talking about black people, African Americans are the most murderous race, and she black. And it's crazy, man. I'm just like, damn, like, yo, some people literally will sell a soul just to appease these people or just to get a paycheck. It's literally outrageous the things people do. So when it comes to politics, it's like, it's all a cash grab to these people. You know what I'm saying? We still got the same people that's supposed to be civil rights activists showing up at every funeral, every goddamn protest, and ain't nothing changed for our people yet. All they are the representative. I feel like these fake politicians are just mobile pastors. Like, you need a pastor, you need somebody to come and give a good speech and a lecture at your funeral or at your protest, call me. Otherwise, these ain't no goddamn, they ain't making pulling no moves for no politicians. I mean, for no politics for black people. They're not really making nothing happen. And, you know, like on the other end of the spectrum, you could be black and have money, or you could just be black and fit their narrative like Candace Owens, or their narrative like another hot topic right now is this Jussie Smollett. his case, his trial, if y'all haven't followed it too, his trial just opened back up. I ain't super following it, but I've been catching it here and there. Jussie Smiley, y'all remember him? That was the actor that said that the homosexual actor that said that he got jumped by 2 black men and they were both Trump supporters and they beat him up and he was lying and now he's on trial. So his trial started now. And it's a whole bunch of drama with that, Keisha, because now they talking about, the defense for him or whatever, his lawyers, they asking for a mistrial. And they saying the reason they asking for a mistrial is because they saying that the judge lunged at them. So it's like any little thing, they trying to get any little thing, you know what I'm saying, to cause a controversy, to cause some drama, so they could eventually get people to be like, nah, we just gonna throw this case out. But you know, he got money. He hired them lawyers. He an actor. He got celebrity status. He hired them lawyers. They know exactly what to do. They just gonna go in a courtroom, annoy everybody, ask for a mistrial. Eventually, it's gonna get thrown out because he fits their narrative, because he fit their agenda. You know what I'm saying? He already against Trump. He a homosexual. You know what I'm saying? He on that Black Lives Matter wave, which could pull a wool over black people's eyes. You know what I'm saying? And make it seem like he for us when really they just gonna take us in the wrong goddamn direction. And he just riding that wave. You know what I'm saying? So it's so crazy how they, like, these people that come into politics or whatever the case is, like, they literally bend and break so easily. So even when our people see like black, I mean, not the people with the wool over their eyes, they just gonna see a black person and be happy as hell. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like doing due diligence and learning about what this person's background is. Are they solid? You know what I'm saying? So that's those people. But the other people, they see even black people that go into politics and they literally don't trust their ass. They might not even trust them even more. Because the scrutiny and the level of pressure as a black politician, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if some people that are black that go into politics go in with a good intention in the beginning and get converted and sell their soul and then become an agent for these devils. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll break you down. They know exactly how to break you down very easily. And if you work hard, went to law school for what, 6, 8 years, you know what I'm saying? This is what your dream is, and you finally get up in there, and they know all of that because this is their system. They finally hire you at their law firm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still on a plantation, regardless, and they gonna know how to operate that plantation. And politics and the government, this whole goddamn America is the hugest plantation that they run. You know what I'm saying? They know exactly how to run it. So that's why a lot of us get discouraged even when we see black people in politics, man. So like when I see a black person in politics, I want them to be unfiltered, unedited. You know what I'm saying? I want them to say something that I'm gonna be like, yeah, god damn it, black power. You know what I'm saying? And not only say it, but follow up with it. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing, Keisha. It's like, I don't really know. I mean, you know more about politics, but I don't really know if this is even going to work as far as like subscribing to their system and things of that nature. Like we always say, I'm an insurrectionist. Like people think that you could go into politics and you could change this and that and all of this stuff. Look, black people been going into politics, educated black people for decades. We still getting murdered. We still getting killed unjustly. You know what I'm saying? People getting off after murdering us, they getting off. No repercussions. Or none of that, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, some of these devils is getting paid leave after they kill us. Paid vacation time. You know what I'm saying? So where are these politics? Like, I don't want to hear that, you know? So when it comes to politics, this is the reason why a lot of people, especially people from the hood, we really don't subscribe to none of them politics, man. Like, we rather do hood politics, overthrow this. And what I say is we should just really build on our politics, you know what I'm saying? Let's get the politics together when it comes to, you know, governing our own communities, you know, governing our own households, our family, you know, governing ourselves first. That's how you start it. A lot of these politicians can't even control themselves. They ain't got no goddamn discipline. They ain't got no self-control. You get these politics. What was it? Sharpton Witten was in front of the mirror, holding, getting sexy on him with his slick back hair. Sharpton did that, right? A whole bunch of them. Like even the White Devil did that. what's his name? The one that his brother his brother recently just got permanently fired from CNN. What's his name again, Keisha?
Yeah, Andrew Cuomo. Chris Cuomo just got suspended from
Chris
CNN.
Cuomo.
Yeah.
Oh
Uh-huh.
yeah, no, Chris Cuomo, but no, not him. I'm talking about the other dude that he was messing with the young girl from New York, and he was in front of the mirror with naked
Anthony
titties.
Weiner.
Weiner, that's what I'm talking about. Weiner. Yeah, Wiener. He was out on in the mirror showing his wiener. That's exactly why they call his ass Wiener. You know what I'm saying? So none of them ain't got no goddamn discipline, and they get in these positions of quote unquote power. You know what I'm saying? And they abuse it. They abuse it. That's all they know how to do, fam. So like, we got to bring this back to balance, man. Like, first of all, if you're gonna be a politician, you got to have leadership qualities. You know, but like I always say, you can't really be. I'm not no leader. I'm not a leader myself. You know, so when we look at politicians, a lot of us, we look at people and we try to vote for them because we think they're a leader. We think they got leadership skills and things of that nature. When really we should be voting for the goddamn worker. It's the worker that we want to be our goddamn politician or our mayor or our governor. Because they the ones that we putting into the office, into the job. It's an office, right? What you sending him to the office for? Because he know how to talk good? Or because he got clerical work and he know how to organize and he know how to make stuff happen? That's how you, like this, we look at it like, we look at politics, and that's why this whole thing is a circus. Because like, even with the debates and all that, it's about how much you could talk, how much you could say. Why don't they just put their resume up? This is what so-and-so did. Debate with that. Debate with what they actually did, and let's see the stats, and then be like, all right, this person is qualified. Ain't that what you do on a job interview? I mean, on a job interview, you get to talk, but it's only so much talking you could do because I got your resume right here. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me you graduated from Harvard or something like that. I'm looking at your resume and you was at I ain't even gonna say no CUNY school. I ain't gonna blow CUNY up. You know, CUNY is the truth too. But you get what I'm saying. Like, you know, like, listen, we need stats, man. We need to go back to like statistics of what people are really doing. And that's how we validate if somebody is solid or not by they lip service, you know. And too much of us get caught up in that because we about our emotions. We people of emotion. So we got to get up out of that. But me personally, to cut it short, Keisha, man, I've been gave up on. I had a very short stint with politics, and that was the one single time I voted, and I was like, I'm straight. I'm good. Like, I don't care. They black, white, red, or blue, or I don't care. Like, you know what I'm
You're
saying?
right, bro, because you can't listen, and I say this often. White supremacy invests trillions of dollars into itself yearly to maintain the status quo. When we say the they, and that's one thing I brought up last night. Who are the they? The 1% of the 1%. Let's look at these protests or uprisings that they had last summer or the summer before. Notice they didn't go to anywhere where the money is. The people who actually fund both the Democratic and Republican parties in New York City, I'm going to tell you where they live at. 740 Park Avenue, 15 Central Park West, 1040 Central Park West. There you have the Koch brothers, you have Schwartzman, you have the Onassis family, all of the money. When these people run for office, they live there. There was never any uprising where they live at. No police cars got burned. Nobody even walked the damn street where they live at. You can't claim to be fighting the system and working within it. That's ridiculous. That don't even make sense. That's just like if I say, I want my office walls green. And I say, well, we're going to make them office walls blue. It's my damn house. I paid for this. What the hell are you talking about? We have no stake in the game. And as Ashay said, we've been actually voting in both parties for centuries. Remember, the black man had to vote before the white woman For centuries, we've been trying to play this game. It does not work. It does not, unless you become the power broker of said parties. And we ain't there yet because black business is not there yet. Black business is just getting their foot in, trying to give us, the consumers, an alternative. So they don't even have a political stance as of yet, for themselves. When you look at certain business owners, I question them. You aligning yourself with the Dems or the Republicans, I can't rock with you. Candace Owens is doing what she's supposed to do. She sleep white. So if you sleep white, how you want to explain that to your husband? Or whatever you want to call him.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? So you can't work within a corrupt system to make it just. It doesn't work that way. So we need to get off of that. But we're gonna move right along. Recently in the news too, brother Ashe, and I watched the country of Barbados removed the Queen of England as the head of state there. I don't know all the particulars of that. Once documents have been released to the public, then I can read them and get into it. But if you follow history, are they making room for another? Could it be the Asian who can come in and replace the Yoruba? I have no idea. That has been the norm throughout the Caribbean islands and South American islands. I can't say that for Barbados because I don't know the details yet. I haven't seen said documents. And once I see that, then I can, give my spill on that. But, to see our people who come from Haiti, Jamaica, Trinidad, Guyana, wherever, and still have a hand grasped to the draws of the Yoruba or the Asian is really disturbing to me. When you are in a position to totally take power from both, just on resource and location alone, you can steal production from China overnight. Why do you think the Chinese are there? They need you for the resource. You don't have to give them a goddamn thing. Tell them to kick rocks. Idi Amin wasn't playing no games. He told them all, get the hell up out of here. You can't get nothing over here. And now they trying to blame this new variant, Omicron or whatever the hell it is, on the Africans. When both cases came out of the U.S. first. And these persons had never even been to these countries. You understand what I'm saying? So they playing games with that as well. And another thing I brought up last night, I say, this media bombardment of trying to instoke fear into our people to take these snake bites is also criminal. I said back in August that these mandates were illegal. Not from what I read in a newspaper article. I read the damn law. Now you're seeing all of these states are suing the federal government. You have employees suing employers because it's illegal. I was right in what I said. We was right over here. So, let people know we give it to you real on Thorough Black Talk. We give it to you real. We follow the law. We follow the legislation to know what the hell we talking about. And if you follow me on Instagram, I had did a skit on that, saying that it is illegal, that these totalitarian ways of doing things are unjust. But I hope that the United States doesn't end up like Austria right now. They in complete lockdown. You know, if you not snake bit up, you in trouble. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know. They better get it together. Sister Marie, you're right there. Was a 1963 film, Omicron, and you guys could catch that on YouTube. I think they have the Spanish. You have to translate it into English. I don't know what kind of applications you may have to do that, but it was a 1963 film about an alien um, virus that was attacking the people. So again, they just pulling up stuff out of the woodworks with the shenanigans. So be careful, family. I know the pressure is on. I have some friends and family members who are furloughed right now because they refuse to get snake bit. Um, and we gotta fight back. We gotta fight back. And this bombardment, this media bombardment, because everybody's making money. You got people, you can go to a basement in a building to get tested, but you go to a doctor's office, it has to be clean, it has to be sterilized. You go to a damn basement to get tested, or you go to a basement to get jabbed up out in the open at a drugstore. There is no regulations. You got churches, as my brother Alshay said earlier, these pastors are making money hand over fist, having testing in their basement, or you're able to get snake bite down there. It's crazy. It's just crazy to me. Everybody is making money, making money. Even the investors. If you invested in Pfizer and Moderna or what have you, um, everybody is making a killing off of this. It's so much money involved in this, brother Ashe, that they have written into the tax code a loophole, if you will. If you are an administrator of the snake bite, if you're an administrator of testing, so now you have these landlords like Starrett City here in Brooklyn, who they have in their basements, you can get tested. The rapid test and the other one, I can't remember what the hell it is, but you can go there and get tested every day of the week, including Sundays. So everybody is making money, and we got to deal with that. We really do have to deal with that. I see our guest is trying to come in. She having some technical difficulties. We're gonna try to get those kinks worked out for her. But what are your thoughts, brother Ashe, on the country of Barbados removing the Queen of England as the head of state there?
Yeah, I mean, first off, shout out to all my West Indians. We love Barbados. I hope to travel there one day. Check out Crop Over, all the carnivals, all the vibes out there. But I mean, it's long overdue. It's long overdue for all of these white devils that's running places that are predominantly black, where our people are from. They need to kick rocks, like you said, Keisha. They need to be gone, And I mean, it's obviously a good thing, especially because they have recently elected the first president of Barbados, who is a black woman. I think her name is Dame Mason or Dame Mason, something like that. Dame Mason. Black woman president of Barbados. So, I definitely take my hat off to that. They doing it the right way. We want to see the country grow. We want to see our people, elevate and rise, and it's interesting too, because they actually, at that same ceremony, it was in the news that they gave Rihanna an award they made her a national hero. They made Rihanna a national hero of Barbados. Now I don't know. I'm not gonna say nothing bad, but I don't know what Rihanna has done for Barbados. But I know she a billionaire. I know she could do something for Barbados, but I don't know what she's done for Barbados that will make her a national hero. I guess they saying it because of her celebrity status and the things that she's done around the world. Like, she has her company, her lingerie company, Fenty, and she hires a lot of women and empowers a lot of women. So that's amazing. But let's see some things specifically for Barbados happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, for black people. But Barbados is predominantly black anyway. I don't feel like it's a country that is as mixy as even Trinidad or like other countries, where Trinidad has like Indians, even white people, Asian people, you know what I'm saying? Africans, of course, you know, Barbados is a lot of black people. So yeah, hopefully she'll hold it down. You know, I mean, we don't want to be giving up these titles as hero and the national hero, and you ain't really doing the work for the people. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we'll see some positive things come out of that, with Rihanna being a billionaire and being of a descendant of Barbados as well. So, but yeah, man, we definitely want to do that. We want to claim. I mean, what we really want to do, because I know also at that event, Prince Charles was there. He was at that event. So they kicking the queen out, saying she's not running anymore, but Prince Charles is there. So I'm a little curious about that to me, make me think, if they kicking your mom out or grandma, whatever the case the devil is, kicking y'all out, and you there, ain't you gonna feel some kind of way, ain't you? So I don't know what kind of stake they still got. They still got they hand and they fist on Barbados a little bit. I don't trust none of them. You know what I'm saying? Because we remember when Haiti got its independence, they had to fight for that in blood, sweat, and tears. Got it, won it back, and still are paying the country of France, you know, every year in taxes and things of that nature. I don't know how that's possible. So we don't trust none of these devils, man. So the fact that Prince Charles was there, that makes me a little curious too. So I got to learn more and read more into what is actually happening. But, you know, we're going to stay positive and say that Barbados is going to have some fruitful things to come. And I want to see more and more of that. You know, I know our brothers and sisters in South Africa was fighting hard, trying to get these farmers out. You know what I'm saying? They organization and they movements that they had out there trying to really reclaim South Africa. You know, a lot of African countries got to follow suit and do that, especially right now that the U.S. is putting pressure. Like, that's the hot topic in the news. The U.S. is putting pressure on 7 African nations: South Africa, Botswana, Namibia, a few others, like 4 or 5 other nations that you can't even travel with right now. And we don't know what they top, you know, how they make money. It could be tourism, or it could just be, you know, products, import, export. We don't know. But all we know is the U.S. is putting pressure right now. And 9 times out of 10, especially South Africa, where we know it's a lot of devils, they run down there. The goddamn variant comes at the airport from people that come from Europe. So they come from Europe and they either go on vacation or they got a layover in Africa, and then they go somewhere else. But while they doing that, they bring in a goddamn variant. So we don't know where this goddamn variant originated. You know what I'm saying? But all we know is 7 African nations are suffering right now and can't travel. You know, so these are things that it just really make you scratch your head and make you curious, man. Like, and why they put it on blast like that? They just put it South Africa, blah, 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 blah. But when it come to these other people, you don't see them putting them on blast like that. You know what I'm saying? But they quick to put a travel ban for Africa, because also they don't want us to go there either. They definitely don't want no Africans coming here, but they don't want us going back and reclaiming who we really are and getting that knowledge and tapping into that African spirituality. They definitely don't want that. So any excuse to put a travel ban on, they definitely going to do that. Because if that's the case, right, why they said the Omicron, right? That's how it was pronounced, Omicron. They said that, right? And it's in the U.S. right now, actually in California, one of the biggest states, money-making states, Hollywood, Disney World, land, whatever you call it. All them things is out there. Why ain't no travel ban for California right now? Why is there no travel ban for California, but 7 nations got a travel ban? You know what I'm saying? But these are the things that make you scratch your head. But we already know what it is. These devils don't got no love for us. But we got our guest in. I definitely want to bring her in, Keisha. But that's how I feel about what's going on with that right there. It's all politics. It's politics. You know, and this is why we discourage once again, because I know a hot topic right now for Biden also is this Omicron thing, and how he responds to it. You know, it's going to make people either love him or hate him even more. And you know, he going to try to use that as some kind of brownie points or whatever the case is. But you know, the only thing they going to do is make the goddamn snake bite more prevalent, All they're gonna do is say, "Oh, well, you got to get the snake bite. You got to get the snake bite." Well, goddamn it, don't we got 3 snake bites already? You know what I'm saying? How many goddamn crons? It was vid. Now it's cron. They done switched it up. Now it was vid. Now the suffix was vid. Now it's the cron. You got the cron. Yo, I don't want the cron. Just give me the vid. I'll be good with the vid. I don't need the cron. That's the upgraded version. And then it's omni. It's like a damn. You got a multi-cron, an omni-cron. You got to get the the ultra cron. That's the next variant is going to be called ultra cron, and you got to get your ultra snake bite to combat the ultra cron. You know what I'm saying? So
they try to take over the DCEPs, Sister Marie. They try to take over the DCEPs for real.
It's crazy, man. But yeah, Keisha, we got our guests in. I definitely want to see the
yes,
rest of them.
yes. So again, family, we moving right along. You know, time flies. Time flies. Yeah. I definitely agree with that. You know, Kamala Harris right now, her administration is in hell. I think Simone Sanders, the champion for Bernie Sanders, just resigned. It's a lot of craziness, but we'll get into more of that next week. Like Brother Ashe said, we got our guest in queue. You know, Sister Alexis is with us.
Yeah.
Right. We got you know, a sister I met many years ago, who used to come through the United African Movement.
Yeah.
And you know, we follow each other on social media platforms. And I didn't know she was an audiobook narrator. And she has sent me the book to listen to. Yes, I listen to novels and stuff too, not just everything historic. And it was pretty good. You know, it kept my interest. And sometimes when you hear audiobooks, the narration isn't too good. You know, if it sounds robotic or far fetched, you know, you're using crazy accents, I automatically hit delete because I don't want to hear no more. But her narration of the book, A Heart at War, was very good, and I thought we should have her in here. She sent me the book to listen to. I did. I rated the book, and then I asked her immediately if she had time to come in and chop it up with us because we want to know about this narration. How did she get into it? Is it a career you can get into? Do some of you have interest in it? So we're gonna get into all of that. So, Sister Alexis, how are you? Tell us about yourself.
Good, and you?
Yeah, feeling great.
How y'all doing?
Grateful to have you on. This is an amazing, you know, a different, you know, opportunity that you have that you created for yourself. And it's very empowering, especially in a time where like a lot of people are trying to leave their jobs or got fired. You know what's going on right now. And you know, just the rise of Black entrepreneurship, you know, like that's an amazing thing. I love to hear people that do different stuff, you know, not just work in the office or work in a hospital, or even if you do that too, and that's your side hustle, that's cool. But like, you know, we gotta, especially the children, we gotta expand their mind and show them like there's so many different things you could do in the world, so many passions you can have, and so many ways to make money. You know, so we grateful to have you on.
Thank you. And
tell us, first of all, who is Alexis Stewart? You know, where you come from, who you are, where your people at, who are you?
Well, I'm from New Jersey, and I've been doing audiobook narration for a few months now. And it did start out as this is something I've always wanted to do. That's the crazy thing about it. It was kind of like after the pandemic, I just kind of stumbled across it and then loved it. So, you know, once the pandemic hit and I lost my job of 12 years, I said, oh gosh, I got to do something lucrative to how I'm gonna pay these bills, you know. So I looked up, I Googled side hustles. That's how it started. And then I came across this website and they said that you can do narration, like you can do voice acting. And I was like, hold up, you could do this, like make money off of it? And I said, oh my gosh, that's crazy, because me and my cousin, we fool around all the time. Like, I call her and I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, like, hey, like, are we going shopping? And she's like, oh yeah, like, let's go. Like, just, playing around, But I was like, wow, you could, make voices and get paid from this. Like, that's crazy. So some people buy the physical book, and then you have some people buy the Kindle version, that they read on their Kindle. And then you have audiobooks where it's read to you, but not like someone's actually reading the book. It's actually in character. So you'll have a man's voice, a woman's voice, a child's voice, sound effects. And, it's almost like a movie without the picture. So I help to, kind of bring a story to life through with my voice. And I love it. It didn't start off that way. Like I said, it started off as, me needing to figure out what I'm going to do to sustain myself. And then when I got into that after my first book, I'm like, oh yeah, like, I like this. Like, this is definitely something that I'm into. And so there's so many different avenues you can go into with voice acting, though. It's not just audiobooks. Like, you can do commercials, you can do it's like everywhere you hear a voice over. Even some of the videos we watch, like Animal Planet, they have voiceovers for that, or documentaries. So you don't have to necessarily do audiobooks. There's different things that you can do. And I love it because you get to work from home, for one. You get to set your own schedule. There's no one over you telling you what are you doing now. And you can go take lunch for an hour, or you do what you want to do. You take the lunch when you feel like taking it, and for how long you want to take it. I like that flexibility of it. And I also like the fact that you can really just, almost like when you're reading a book, you just kind of go into a different world. It's the same way when you're actually narrating and making these characters, because you got to be that person to make the person that's listening to the book feel the book. Like, you got to become that person. So if I'm angry, I might just cry. Like, I might just really, I've cried doing the book. Did you hear me, Keisha? Like, some parts I actually cried when I did it. Like, tears was all coming in my eyes, because you gotta, just like acting in a movie, you gotta put yourself in a really stressful situation or a sad situation. Think back on that, and it can really just take you there, And so yeah, I really love it. It's enjoyable. It really is.
Definitely. And like you said, there are definitely different avenues that you can get into. And we had a brother do a voiceover for us. Let me play his real quick.
You're now tuned into Thorough Black Talk with Tad, Keisha, and Ashe.
So yes, so it's definitely different avenues that you can go into this. And I was telling someone close to me, and it's funny how the ancestors work, I'll tell you, that they needed to get into this line of business because they are a musician, and you have a lot of companies who will pay you for voiceovers to do intros for them, whole lot of other stuff. There were websites you can register. So I just text her right now and told her to tune in, because you're going to drop some jewels for us tonight. But I could tell you, I wanted to kill the husband listening to the book. I didn't give a damn who was reading it. I wanted to kill him. I love Lance, but let me stay, because I want y'all to download the book. I listen to audiobooks when I work out, or especially when I ride my bike, because it calms me down, and, I can focus and take mental notes. But this book, first of all, tell us about this book, the title of the book, what it's about. Give us the 411.
Okay, so the book is called A Heart at War. And not to get too much into the story, because I don't want to give too much away, but it's about a failed relationship that turns into a new one. And it just kind of, like, the new relationship that comes in is very unexpected. And then all the events that happen within that relationship is also unexpected. But it's just, there's some heartache in there. Might make you a little emotional, might make you laugh. Like, it's just a whole bunch of different things going on. Definitely a lot of drama. Okay, can't have a good audiobook without some drama up in there. And then the ending is just like it'll just warm your heart.
It definitely came full circle. As soon as you sent it to me, I was downstairs doing laundry. So I said, let me just get this in because I don't want the sister to get back to me and say, did you listen to it yet? Did you listen to it yet? I said, no, I'm going to do it now while I'm doing laundry. And I literally couldn't stop listening to it because of your narration. Like I said, there are a lot of people who do it. There's a brother on YouTube. He got a lot of narrated books, but his narration sucks. And I really can't get into it. He really annoys me. And he has, books by Dr. Chancellor Williams, John Henrik Clark, but the narration is so bad. I'm like, I can't. And I even shared it with some people, and they was like, no, this not going to work. This not going to work. But I really felt you portraying the characters. If I didn't know who you was, I'd be like, yeah, that'll rock. But again, because we got let me see, where is Sister Marie, Sister Farnessa? She said that she always wanted to do audiobooks. So hopefully she's asking you, to tell us how to get into it. You said you went through a website, but are there any other avenues that you may know of that they can get into?
What I don't know of more avenues. I kind of just figured out how to do it and just went with that direction. So what I did, I went to a website called ACX, and the great thing about it, you don't need to go to school for this. Like, if you're good, it's just all about you auditioning for a book and getting picked. If they like you, they'll pick you. And the thing about this book in particular, the author likes me and asked me if I could do the entire series, and it just kind of popped off like that, like off the first book. The first book I narrated, I got it, and she asked me to do the rest of the series. So that the way it happened was really unexpected and really good for me. But yeah, acx.com, that's it. And so so you go to the website and you put up you put up a picture and a bio. I didn't really, truth be told, I didn't have a bio to put up because I'm not gonna lie. So all I could put up was, hi, my name is Alexis Stewart, and I'm here to narrate for audiobooks. Like, I'm not gonna put, I've done this book, I've done that. What can I say? So I just had to display what I could do. And so up there, you can put a clip of, I guess you can just act, like I did earlier, like, the voice that I put on. You could just put on a voice and just a few seconds, like a 15-second clip to let them see what you could do, like a little clip on your actual page with your picture and your bio. And then you can go look for books to narrate for. So this website is for narrators who come looking for someone. I'm sorry. This website is a place for authors to look for narrators, and also for narrators to look for authors that have books that they would like to, that they need, they're auditioning for narration. And so me as a narrator, as a wanting to be narrator at the time, I came to the website, I scanned through the books, and the one thing I really like about this too, you get to pick the genre that you like. You get to pick the voice that you like to play. So do you want to play a quirky voice? Do you want to play a child's voice for children's books? Do you want to play a sophisticated voice, goofy voice? So they have all these. I always put all because I can switch it up any old way I want it at any given time. So I put all voices. They ask you if you have an accent, if you like to play a different special accent. They ask you if you want a specific language. What else do they ask you? Oh, and then they ask you about the pay. So there's different ways to get paid. So you can get paid up front. they give you up front pay, which is only a few thousands, or you can get the royalty checks, which is what I would go for, because that you get paid every single month forever. As long as the book is being sold, you get these monthly checks. But I mean, that sounds good, but it's all about how the book is being sold. Is it selling? If it's not selling, then you ain't getting no money. But if you're doing good in sales, then that could be very lucrative for you on a monthly basis. So the best thing to do is to just audition for different books that you. And the thing is too, when you look for a book to narrate for, they have, like I said, you can pick what genre and everything like that. Every time you pick something specific, it narrows it down. So it starts off from thousands of books, that goes to hundreds, then that can go to 100, then that can go to 50. And it makes it easier for you to find exactly what book you're looking for, because there's so many books to choose from, authors looking for narration. And then when you find a book you like, you click audition, and then the author will send you over the manuscript. And it's usually like the first chapter of the book, which could be anywhere from 12 to 20 pages. It depends. So what I like to do is send the authors a message first, because I'm not about to go narrate all these long pages and you don't pick me, you know what I'm saying? So, I send them a message. Hi, my name is Alexis Stewart. I'm interested in your book. I was wondering, are you still accepting auditions? I'll say something like that, because I want to fill them out. So depending on their response, it depends on whether I'll narrate for them or not. That's what I did, because actually the first lady I sent a message to, she was very dry and standoffish. Yes. Okay. And it's like, oh, okay. Well, I don't think I'm gonna be narrating your book. Let's skip to the next person, because sometimes people just won't respond. You'll go and do a whole audition, and that's just so rude for someone to just narrate all these pages for you, and you don't even give them a response like, I wasn't interested, I didn't really like it. Something. You just ignore it. So the next person that I sent a message to, she said, hi, I said, hi, how are you? I started off with that. And she said, I'm great. How are you? Yes, I am accepting auditions. I can't wait to hear it. I said, that's the one I want to narrate for. And the crazy thing about it, she had the best book out of all of the books that I was scanning through, like the storyline, everything I looked into it. I said, ooh, that's the Hearted War, what I'm talking about now. I said, this book is it's so juicy, it's so beautiful, it's everything all in one that I like. And the great thing, you want to actually like the book you're narrating. You know what I mean? Because then you'll really put your all into it, because you actually enjoy it. And as I'm getting into character and everything, I'm actually reading the book, I'm enjoying it myself. So, yeah, you want to make sure you pick a book that you actually really like. And yeah, so I went with that book. I auditioned for her, and like I said, I got the part. She asked me if I can narrate the book, and now I'm actually working on another book for her, for the same author.
Wow. So you definitely got to give me the 411, because I have Audible and I'll definitely download it. So when it's ready, you let me know. And like you said, there were so many other sites that you can register your talent on. I know Fiverr is one of them. You can definitely put your work up there and people will hire you. You dictate the cost on Fiverr. I don't know if you know about that.
I heard about Fiverr, but I didn't really look into it, because it was kind of like when I looked up on ACX, it was just like, okay, well, let me just go for that. And if I'm gonna just see how that works, and if anything, I'll go to this. But I ended up getting picked right away, so I didn't even look into anything else. I just kind of stuck with that. Yeah. But I heard about
And
Fiverr.
yes, and also, I think it was Sister Farnessa in the chat. She said she knows exactly who I'm talking about, where his narration is so bad. It's like, don't do this no more, bro. Don't do it no more. Please. It's like you're constipated. So Shay, yes it is Shay. But And again, like you said, the story was very intriguing. From beginning to end, you did different voices because you had to play both male and female, and different female voices. So that was good. You killed it for Lance, for sure. For sure, you killed it. And I definitely like it. And again, family, we got the information for you in the chat. You could definitely go to Audible and download it, and not just download it and listen to it, but rate it, because ratings are very, very important for her getting work and also for the author. So we want to support our own. That's what we do here on Thorough Black Talk. You know, we take care of our own over here. Now, I want to move not off topic, but kind of in the same realm. You also do music. I saw your YouTube page and Instagram. Um, what are you can't hear me?
Can't hear you, yeah.
You can hear me?
Try to come out and let her come back in.
We can hear you good. We hear you.
I didn't. Right after that, I didn't hear what you said. I don't know what happened. You kind of cut out. Sorry.
It's okay, because what I do is when you're not speaking, I mute it behind the scenes so that we don't get feedback and everybody can hear us all clearly. So when you're ready to speak, then I unmute your mic. But I wanted to move on a little bit because you also do music. I saw you remixing the Eminem joint on your YouTube. And definitely, family, y'all can just definitely follow her on YouTube. That's Ellie Mix on YouTube. Let me see if I can. There is the banner. So we're gonna see if sister can get her stuff cleared out, because we want her to talk about this music that you got on. So tell us, what are you doing with music? I saw you producing some stuff behind the scenes. What it is, girl? Tell me what it is.
And so I make beats and I write songs and I mix and master. So I have a studio at home. I record in booth and I do all of that. And I have a YouTube channel. I was doing that before the pandemic came through. I write poetry too, Marie. Well, actually, it started off as poetry. It started off. I'm sorry, I had a call coming through. It started off as poetry, and I started writing poetry from I was 8, and around 9, I started writing songs too. And yeah, so that's when I started writing, and I started making beats like at 14, and I started buying equipment around that age too. I had my first beat making thing called Music Creator by Cakewalk. That's what it started off as before it turned into Sonar. So, and then I moved over to FL Studio, and FL Studio is what I like. And I also use Machine. These are all DAWs, digital audio workstations that you make the beats in. And so, yeah, so I started off with poetry, then that turned into writing songs, and then that turned into making beats too. And really, I used to go to the studio and have someone make my beats for me. Have someone make my beats for me. I'm sorry, like this call just kept
It's all right. It's all right. We're gonna keep rolling right along. We can hear your call coming through on the back end. Don't worry about it. Just keep moving.
It just messed up my whole flow. Yeah. So I'm so what was I saying?
I can hear you still. You were talking about the DAWs making the beat. You said you used to go to other people make beats for you, and now you're making your own beats, right?
Right. So I had someone making my beats for me, right? And I used to go to school for, I was doing dance in school, right? But there was a recording studio in that school, crazy thing. And I used to, every time I said I had to go to the bathroom, I would sneak off to the studio and see what the guys were doing in there. And they making their beats. And I'm like, dang, I should have took this class. And so it was crazy how the dance teacher and the music teacher kind of figured out what I was doing and actually let me split the class half and half. half day in one and half the day in the other. And I ended up, they had a booth in there too. So the guys would make beats. One of the guys, he made a beat for me. I recorded a song to it in the studio. It was just really nice. And so yeah, I one of the guys in that class referred me to, he said, my boy, he does he makes beats. So I'm like, oh, really? It's like, he'll make beats for you. I'm like, how much it cost? He was like, he'll do it for free. I'm like, okay. And so he had a little crib in the projects, which was close to my home. So I said, okay. So I used to go over there after school and have him make beats for my songs. But the thing is, I go there and I'm telling him how I want the beat to be, because I already wrote the song. So I already got the beat in my head. And that's the crazy thing. It's like, I'm telling you how I want the beat. I'm telling you what snare I want, what kick I want. You know, I want some shakers in there. I'm like, that's what made me start doing my own thing, because I'm like, I'm telling you, you know, what I really want. But the crazy thing about that, one of my boys came to me and said, Alexis, you do know that he's been copywriting his songs with his beats, right? Like to say he wrote it.
Wow.
And that's what made me like, oh, really? I never went to nobody else ever again. I said, I'm doing my own thing. I don't need nobody. I started making my own beats. So it started off as that, me, you know, not trusting nobody. But then I was like, I should have been doing this all along, because if you can write songs, you have a melody in your head. You got to have a melody to the song. And then let's say if the song goes da, 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 and then the beat is like boom, 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 you know, you could do it. You know, it's not hard. And that's usually my beats go to the song melody anyway. So yeah, it's so much fun, Keisha, creating, you know.
Yes, indeed, sis. Yes, indeed. Now I know you do some other things. You know, you're a jack of all trades and a master of a lot. So we're gonna get it all, because we got some young people in here. You know, I even got my daughter on the check-in. She don't let them check in for nothing. But she in here now. But you know, and she also, everything that you saying, she does. So she's like,
Really?
yeah, a fellow, you know, even the crochet. So let's get into the crocheting. Tell us about that. What's good with it?
So I knit and crochet. And my great grandma, actually, I was so blessed to have met her. She died in 95, but she taught me to crochet when I was like 11, something like that. I was real young. And she was like, you put the hook like this and you twirl it around and you hook it back like this. And then I would just do it. She's like, oh, you got that fast. And I'm like, yeah. So yeah, I loved it. And when my great grandma passed, I would do it with my grandma. We'd be watching TV, laying in bed, and just crocheting together, making the little, you know, the little doily things. And then it went from that to me just gaining a love for it, especially after my grandma passed. Just really gaining a love for crochet and the craft. And then I just learned to knit as well. So I know all the techniques in knitting. I know all the techniques in crochet. I know all, I mean, they always come out with new stuff, but I'm saying to date, I know all the technique and embroidery. And I just delved into it and just learned every single thing that there is in knitting and crochet. And I really enjoy it, like watching a movie or whatever, just sitting there making something. And the great thing about it, you can make sexy things. It don't have to be that granny-ish look. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a whole hat and cowl set that I made for the winter time. So the hat got cables in it with a little bobble at the top, and the cowl is like a scrunchy kind of look. That with a cute jacket, some jeans, and some boots over them jeans, like you can make it look real sexy. Because sometimes people think of knitting and crochet is, oh, that's that old people stuff. You gonna look old with it. No,
I'll be rocking it. I'll rock it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's stylish.
Like, no, not me.
I would.
Stylish.
I don't have a piece. I might have to check you for that. You sell it or you just make it for fun?
I used to sell it. But now it's like I don't even have the time. But I'm gonna be having a knitting and crochet channel. And I actually already created the banner for it, and I have the channel up. I just have to upload my first video. But between everything that I'm doing, you can't do everything. No, you can't do everything at one time. I try to find the time to just, do a little bit of everything at one time. But because I just love so many things. You know what it is, Keisha? I think I just love creating. I even love to cook. That's creating. Because you're starting off with vegetables, and that turns into vegetables in a sauce, and that turns into a whole, I just like the sizzle of the cooking too. I just like that sound. But yeah, I just like the whole creative aspect of things. That's what I enjoy.
Yeah. I know that's
I want to ask
and
you.
Look, Keisha, sometimes I could be in the house for like 3 days straight, and people will be like, "You been in the house 3 days?" I'd have been so bored. And it's like, I never get bored because there's just always something to do. Like, I'll be making a beat one day. Next day, I'm over here crocheting something. Next day, I just always have something to do, and I'm enjoying every bit of it. And another thing too, Keisha, like I said, my great grandma taught me to crochet, but then I learned every single technique in it. So I had to read a lot. Like, I read up on everything in the field. Anything that you're interested in, soak it in. Just read. I read and I took notes and I practiced because I enjoyed it. And there's so many things that I've had so many people say to me, "I don't have no talents," or "I don't know what I want to do." And it's like, everybody got a gift. Everybody got something that they can gift to the world, that they can share with other people, or that they can just do for enjoyment of themselves and take that and make some money off of it, make it lucrative for themselves. So like, there's something in everybody. You just got to find out what it is and bring some joy to your life. Because I'm telling you, when you're doing something you're enjoying, it just brings you it brings a joy to you,
Yeah. Nah, I felt that one in my heart right there. You absolutely right. We got a lot of people in the world that are doing things that they absolutely hate. You gotta find your passion, and if you gifted and blessed out with more than one passion, you in a great position. So I definitely inspiring. That's very inspiring. I wanted to get back to the narration, sis, and ask you, what's your favorite voice that you do, and can you give us a sample?
Oh my God. Oh God, I don't know if I want to do Lance, Keish, because you gonna make it hard. Like, you gonna have guys be thinking I'm really a man underneath this clip.
I'm gonna play a clip.
No, I don't want no clip. No, I don't want no clip. No. I want it live. I want to see that. It's easy to I could be like, that's not her. I want to see the voice come out of her mouth.
Well, look, one of the characters, like the main female character, that's my natural voice, right? Tori. But Lance, oh God, who you think I should play, Keisha?
No, I want your favorite.
Don't say Lance.
Your favorite. Who's your favorite? Lance?
Huh?
Who's your favorite? Is it Lance?
He's one of my favorites because look, crazy thing when I listen back, it's like, dang, I can't even believe I played him. Like, he sounds so sexy. Like, I did that. Like, I would probably date Lance. What's going on here? But Lance is one of my favorites. I like all the characters. Like, listen, I'll play a character that's not in the book. How about that? I'll play a child.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Will you play with me? I need somebody to play with because I don't have any friends. Oh, get away from us. You're always coming over here. It's really annoying. And we're tired of you.
Wow. I looked away from the screen for a second and just listened, and I was like, she got a kid in the background that you're not showing us?
One actress who actually made a phenomenal career for herself in doing these voiceovers is Cree Summers, who played Freddie on A Different World. Her career is phenomenal.
I heard about it.
Yes.
Well, you know, it's interesting because I got a lot of voices in my head, and they be talking to me sometimes and stuff, and it be different people in my head sometimes, and I'll be like, who am I listening to?
Ashe just crazy.
So what you doing? You making money off of it? I got people in my head. I ain't making no money off of it. So
look, Ashe, would you be into narrating?
Hey, if that paper right, hell yeah. No, I mean, I appreciate it. I like it, you know, but I think it would depend on, like you said, like if I connected with what it was. You know, you can't have Ashe up here reading no goddamn erectile dysfunction commercials or nothing like that. I can't do it. I can't narrate erectile dysfunction or something crazy like that. It's just not gonna work.
But people wanted to hear Lance, so we're gonna play a little clip. We'll play a little clip of Lance so people can hear it. So I'm gonna mute you and mute myself, and then we'll play Lance.
Okay.
You got it, sis? Because I don't hear nothing.
Y'all can't hear it?
Nah, we don't hear nothing. You got it on mute or something?
Hold on. I think I gotta hold on. I don't know why it's not. All right, I'm gonna have to do some creative stuff. Hold on, y'all.
Yeah, I told you she should have just did it in person.
No one would come and can to this place like I would. This was my baby, and I handled every detail of my business with precision and care. For a long time after Noel died, this place was the only thing that I had left. Hell, it still is. My business and music. That's why I named it after the two most important things to me. Hey, Lance, we need more tissue and soap in the men's bathroom. I'm going to go downstairs to the basement to get it. Do you need me to get anything else while I'm down there? No, I think we're good up here. Did you check the women's bathroom? I was already headed in the direction of the women's restroom to check myself. I didn't even wait on the answer. Tandy.
I thought we was going in a different direction when I heard that other voice come on. I said, hold on. What kind of
character is crazy?
What kind of book is this again? Hold on.
Well, let me tell you, there's some sexual, sultry stuff in it too. And she really did a great job flipping back and forth for different characters, like that character's voice that came in the woman who was asking for the tissue in the bathroom, who turned out to be a nut job in the story. And the way you portrayed her towards the end of the book, when she really started losing it, I don't want to give too much of the book away, but there is a scene where she shows up at the hospital. So I'm gonna tell y'all right now, you're gonna want to download this book, especially the ladies. You're gonna want to download this book and check it out. The link is on the screen. Family, if you can, please download it. Check it out.
I thought we was about to go girl 6 on them. I was like, hold on. What are we doing here? What's going on? Shoot. But I know one thing, when we ready to do our own Black Klansman, I'm definitely gonna highlight at you for real, because you gotta put that Becky voice on for us, and we infiltrating these damn devils. I'll tell you that.
Oh wow. Well, go ahead, sis. Go ahead. What was you saying?
I said thank you, Marie.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal.
You got a lot of love in the chat. Everybody loves it. They love your voice. They love what you're doing. They appreciate the information that you've given them. I think it was Sister Amanetu says she didn't think she would be able to do it because she has a raspy voice. But
Oh,
believe me, you can.
oh,
Oh
Go
yeah.
ahead, sis. Tell her.
listen. If you
Tell
got
her.
a raspy voice, that's a plus. Like that's a lot of people don't have a raspy voice, and you could stand out in a place where a lot of people can't. You know, so that's what is original to you. So if your voice is really different and unique, all the better, you know, because everybody can't do what you do. Everybody can't have your voice. Everybody can't be who you are. So yeah, I say a raspy voice is actually a step up.
Yeah, there's somebody out there right now like, man, her voice ain't raspy enough. I need a raspy right now.
Yeah.
Like she's smoking cigarettes or something. You know, I need it raspy.
You need my cigar voice to come up in there.
And look, sis, if you go to AC, if you're interested, and you go to ACX and you type in, you know, you go to what kind of voice you want to do. I think raspy is there actually, or it might be another word for it, but there's a category for every type of voice there. If that's what you do, and that's and the author that's looking for that kind of voice, you're looking for them, they're looking for you, and y'all will find each other.
Yeah.
She said she definitely gonna sign up and check it out.
Good.
So again, sis, you got a lot of love. We gotta have you come back in because I ain't even get into the stuff I really want to get into. So we'll have you come back on sometime in a near future and definitely keep us abreast of what you're doing. We will definitely promote it on our platforms. And hopefully we can help you out with some of the connections that we have.
Thank you.
As far as getting your books in the stores, actually, I think Brother Ashe has a good connection with our sister Monique.
Yeah. And I was also gonna say too, because about your crocheting and things of that nature, or anything that you got going on. But I know a good friend of mine has a store called Make Manifest, and she has classes in there. Like she holds space for people that have gifts and talents like you to have classes and teach the community. Also, you know, like she tries to gear it towards the youth. All of these cool trades, so like crocheting, like I'm sure they would love to have you come in and teach a crocheting class.
Oh yeah.
Something like that, you know, especially for the youth. So like that, those things, like I said in the beginning, like there's so many different things that you are doing, and that so many different outlets that are people, you know, growing up where we come from, like we never even knew you could make money or have a career being a voiceover actor. And look, every commercial we watch got voiceovers. You know what I'm saying? They ain't telling us that in school, you know, so it's up to people like us to really be the plug and the connection and be like, look, there's another route. You could do this, you could do that. You don't have to work for them all your life and things of that nature. So that's really dope, sis.
And I've actually taught knitting and crochet at Kwanzaa events for the children. So, you know, the Kwanzaa events, the people, they come there to shop, but then they have I was at the table with a whole bunch of yarn and a whole bunch of happy kids that want to learn how to knit and crochet. So that was really fun because them kids, they was really into it, and they would get so excited and actually leave with something that they made. And you know,
it's definitely relaxing too because my daughter, you know, my aunt Brenda, who is her great aunt, taught her how to knit and crochet when she was like about 5. And she was doing it, and whenever she would get in her mood, especially when she was going through them teenage growing pains, that knitting and crocheting definitely helped her out. But
and you know what too? I think because I love the story that you gave, family. Please go back and watch. If you're coming in late, please go back and watch the beginning of this interview when the sister was talking about the generations, the family, the history of crocheting and things of that nature. I know, like, a long time ago, you know, our people historically use crocheting to tell messages, to, you know, do maps in different kind of knitting and crocheting, to also like just keep the family lineage, you know, keep that going, put people names in it, you know, pass those crocheting or those blankets or whatever down generation after generation after generation. And when white people do it, these you could go to the goddamn auctions and the galleries, and you'll see some of these knitted, crocheted throws and all of that stuff from hundreds of years ago that they selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So, but I just wanted to add that element to it, like when it comes to the history, like slavery and things of that nature, how we would crochet to tell messages and create maps with the throws and all of that. So it's very powerful, and to see you keeping that tradition going on, you know, not just for something that, you know, we had to do because we couldn't, you know, create maps or tell stories in the open, but just because it's a passion and you love it. Like, I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's very fun. Very enjoyable.
Again, sis, give us your final thoughts, comments. You know, I got on the screen where people can follow you, and get to know who LEX is. You know.
Thank you so much, Kiki. I'm on social media. Right now, I'm focused on audiobooks, so I do have videos up, but I won't be doing videos for a little while because of the audiobooks, but I will be back on that channel. So if you subscribe to my channel, just look for videos in the near future, in a few months from now. But yeah, I really thank you, Keisha. I really appreciate it. This was a really nice program today. I think what I would say in closing, everybody, like I said, has a gift. And for those who think they don't have something that they can really benefit from learning, well, I would say anything you're interested in or you find a passion in, learn it to the T, be great at it, and make it work for you. You know, make money off of it. Find a way to get paid off of it, or find a way where you can do it and really enjoy, you know, your time, because there's something in all of us that we can be doing to enjoy ourselves. I just find a way to make it lucrative for me, you know, because I don't like working for the man. Like I really don't. I don't like nobody over me telling me when to go to lunch and how long I can go to lunch, and you know, over my head, and what are you doing? And if a customer wants to come over here acting all crazy, they believe the customer over me, and now I gotta write up to some craziness. Like I don't have time for it. I don't like working for the man. I really don't like a 9-to-5. I love doing something I enjoy and making money from that. That's living. You know what I'm saying, Keisha? If you think about it, we literally work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Like, that's most of our lives. Word. That's not living. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you got people that have beautiful homes, they furnished it and everything, but they spend all their time at work. They come home to sleep. Yeah. And then they got to go right back out to that place they don't even want to be at. You know what I mean? So find your passion, do something you love, and find a way to make money with it. Yeah. That's my closing message.
Woo! Fire.
That's what I'm talking about. You know, having the comfortability of working from home, doing what I need to do. I definitely understand what you're talking about. And again, sis, we appreciate you coming on. You know, we met so many moons ago. We ain't gonna put our business in the street like that, but
I love you, Keisha.
I love you, Black, sis. So whenever you got the next one, you know, you drop it right here. We're gonna promote it for you. You ain't gotta worry about anything. Just let me know and I got you back. Don't worry about it.
Thank you so much. And I appreciate you having me on. Have a nice night, Ashe.
All right.
Night, Keisha.
Good night, sis.
All right, bye, Lance.
Brother Magnetic Peace Tyson says that's why this platform is important to our community, because we network here. The ancestors, grandparents passing knowledge unto the young. This sister is a great example. Definitely that. Sister Marie, yes, have a good night to you as well. And again, Sister Aminetu, she says, Thorough Black Talk does it again. Another beautiful show, family. Yes, we'll definitely have her back on again and others like her in this field. And I said it before, one of the most influential and lucrative careers you can have in the business of entertainment is voiceovers. And I know a lot of us watched the Different World back in the day, and Cree Summer is the most successful actor or actress that has come out of that. She has done so many cartoons, animated movies, television shows, voiceovers to this day, and her career is still lustrous. So you take that avenue if you can, acx.com, acx.com, and see if it's a fit for you. Make some extra cash if you can, or make it a permanent career for yourself. You can also try fiverr.com, and do voiceovers for people. You can do promos. You know, we pay for somebody to do our promo. So definitely look into that. But again, we were thankful to have our sister with us tonight, family. So, my brother Ashe, your closing comments, my brother. What's good?
Yeah, family. That felt really good to have that sister on, man. You know, it's inspirational. You know, it's very inspirational. Makes you think like, man, I could do more. I'm about to quit my damn job in the morning. God damn
I'm about to quit my job.
I'm standing on the goddamn couch. You know what I'm saying? I'm standing on the desk. I'm like, yo, I'm out. You know, but nah, we really have a lot of opportunity. It's a lot of opportunities out here, especially in the digital age, online and things of that nature. And nobody should ever feel discouraged. You know, like she said, everybody got a talent. Everybody got a gift. It's just about, you know, manifesting that, making sure you know who you are. And you ain't gonna find your talents and have that unless you know how to assess yourself. And you can't assess yourself unless you know who you are, where you come from. You know what I'm saying? So let's do that inner work. Let's get it. You know, this your brother Ashe SJ. We closing out of here. Please make sure y'all share this video. You know, we want to get this message out. The sister dropped so many jewels, so much information that's empowering, that can help you, make you learn more about yourself, build talents, make money. You know what I'm saying? Get free. Let's share this. Let's let some other people, especially some youth, give them the opportunity. A lot of people never heard of these websites she was dropping. So share this video. Please make sure y'all subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. Share, like, comment. It goes a long way, family. When you like and comment, more people see the video. So please hold us down. It's your brother Ashe SJ signing out. Please remember, always know the battlefield is where you stand, family. True courage is knowing how to suffer. Keep it thorough. Your brother Ashe SJ, Sister Keisha.
Again, family, we appreciate you joining us each and every week right here on the Brooklyn Bridge. It goes down every week. Tell somebody to tell somebody where they can get that info, and not just info, solutions.
Yeah.
We solution based over here, you heard? And shout out to our brother Tad, who couldn't make it tonight. He'll be back with us pretty soon. So again, y'all stay safe, protect yourselves, keep your head on a swivel, don't get caught up out here, and keep it thorough, keep it black. We'll see y'all back again next week. We out, y'all. Good night.